What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is really all about home decor, home updates. I have been doing some things behind the scenes and I'm really excited to share those with you guys, as well as some new items that I have recently purchased, which I do want to open and share with you guys, and we're going to kind of like figure it all out. I have been wanting to make certain updates around my place for a while now, but if you guys know anything about home decor, you know that sometimes it takes a little bit of time trying to figure out exactly what it is that you're looking for. It's easy to maybe like sometimes figure out what the vision is, but then to be able to execute it, that takes time. So today we're going to be cleaning, decorating, organizing, doing all of the things, and I will basically just be walking you guys through my home and sharing with you guys those updates, and some of them we are actually going to be doing together. So if you love all things home decor, especially on a budget, then this video is definitely for you. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we are going to be starting off in the living room. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys already know I have been looking for some new couch pillows. I purchased these pink and blue ones a while back, maybe about a year and a half or so. I went to Home Goods. I was really looking for like a pop of color, but I'm kind of over that at this point. I really want something that's a little bit more classic and something that is just going to go and could easily transition from season to season. So I have been on the hunt for a really, really long time. Like this whole time I have been looking for something new and I just haven't really been able to find it until now. Riley and I went to a Home Goods and we kind of just like were playing around with the pillows. I figured out what it is that I was looking for and we found just that. So today we are going to be taking these old pillows that just don't really go with our vibe anymore, and then we are going to be switching them out with these new pillows. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So when I stumbled upon this gorgeous print, oh my god, obsessed. So it's just like a nice neutral beige tone. It does have just like a one side, like there's no print on this side. So again, if I do change my mind, I could easily just like flip it, but I personally like this print. I think it's neutral enough that will really go with anything. So I purchased two of these, and then I also wanted a little bit of a like chocolate, not really chocolate, but like a deeper tone brown. And I found this because my couch is more of like your classic like beige, and I didn't want something that was going to fit and not like, I didn't want something that was going to blend in too much. So when I found these brown pillows also from Home Goods, I knew I needed to grab this one as well. So I got two of these. And then for the last pillow, I wanted to play around with size. I didn't want, the one thing I did not like about these blue and pink ones are they're the same exact size. They're oversized for the couch that we do have. And I just did not like that look anymore. So the size of the brown and the bigger printed one, I really liked because we're playing around with like different size. We're also playing around with pattern. And then for this one, it is more of like a gray rather than a beige. So it is a little bit similar to the first pillow. However, it is very, very soft and has more of a, maybe more of like a velvety texture. So that's where we're bringing in a little bit of the texture. And I like the fact that I haven't ever had a pillow like this size before, so I thought this would be a nice mix. So originally I ended up getting two of these pillows, but then I just felt like, again, it was just too much on this one L-shaped couch, so I decided to only go with one. So I feel as if I've rambled enough. Let's kind of just rework this, see how it looks, and you guys let me know down in the comments which one you prefer. Do you like the pink and the blue ones and like a pop of color, or do you guys like me rather the more like neutral tone look?
I don't wanna be crazy no more. Every time I think you're gonna walk out of my door, I start to jump to the conclusion you don't love me no more. Babe, give me something to work with, can you just reassure me?
All right, so a couple more small updates that I have also done in the living room, and that is going to actually be hanging up the sound bar on the wall. I feel like I've mentioned that in a previous video that I didn't want it just to be sitting on the actual like TV console, but actually having it on the wall. So I did finally put that up there. And then also we decided to actually go with lighting around the TV. So anytime we turn the TV on, it gives us that nice like glow and just a nice little light. It's like perfect when you're watching TV at nighttime and stuff like that, and you can pick whatever color you want. We decided to do this for every single one of the TVs, so the one in the living room and then also the TVs for my room and also Riley's room. So when you're just like relaxing at night and wanting to like just watch some TV or a show, it's very like calming and relaxing because the lights are off, but then you have like this mood lighting going on. So that's basically like the only other updates that we have done in the living room. And then recently I have really been into having fresh flowers in our home. It just, I don't know, like lifts my spirit, and I have been into, you know, making like flower arrangements again. I picked up some flowers from Trader Joe's the other day, so I was able to make a really beautiful like arrangement that we have on the dining table, which you guys can kind of see a little bit, but I'll give you a close-up. I had a couple of like extra flowers, so I decided to take the fake ones out of this jar and put the roses in here. I just thought it's like a nice like little added touch. And again, it makes the house smell beautiful and just like gives that pop of color. And then as the seasons change, you can just switch out whatever your favorite flowers are. All right, so now moving into my bedroom. Honestly, this is where I've made the most updates. If you guys are new here, we moved into this apartment maybe about 3-ish years ago. It's coming up on 3 years, and I dedicated so much time decorating and making this space a home for Riley and I, especially after a huge life change. But my bedroom was the last place that I am finally decorating, and I just want it to be a space for myself to unwind and just make it feel homey and all of the things. I left you guys off where I had put up all of the crown molding, but I hadn't painted anything. Finally, I'm finished painting the bottom, and then I went to Home Depot and finally painted the top. I will show you guys a better look at what the room looks like. And then I also needed to replace the old dresser that I had. It was broken and just not really working, so I went to IKEA and ended up getting a new dresser, which I am obsessed with. And I'm actually even thinking about going with the smaller size of this dresser to make as my nightstands to give me more drawer space, but I think that's something that I am going to worry about a little bit later. But today I want to make a couple of more updates to the room. When I had to take everything off of the wall to paint, I've kind of been enjoying not having all of my like jewelry and perfumes up on the wall. Now, don't get me wrong, using vertical space is a really great way to like maximize any storage space you have in your home. But I decided to go onto Amazon and purchase this jewelry organizer. I saw a video of this girl, and in the background she had like exactly the picture of what I wanted my kind of like room and dresser to look like. So I screenshotted that, and she had something like this, as well as like a tiered tray for all of her like perfumes and body oils, which I have seen at HomeGoods. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get there within the next like day or two, and then we can kind of like organize that together. But today I just wanted to specifically organize this, like all of my like jewelry and stuff. So I've already laid everything out because I kind of just like threw it into an old bowl that I had when I was just trying to like paint and get the room all set up. So today we're going to organize this a little bit better today, and then hopefully I can figure out a better way to style this new dresser. I'll also give you guys a close-up of what the new dresser looks like as well. So yeah, let's kind of get that going. I will make sure to have this link down below. It did come in other colors, maybe like a white, maybe a pink, I can't really remember, but I just decided to go with, I guess, like the chocolate brown / black color. So I will make sure to have that linked down below for you guys.
inside of you trying to break through, able to tell the truth. No one else can see you like I do. All you ever do is say how far you wanna go. Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. When we are together, you're afraid to hold my hand, trying to understand. What if this doesn't go as planned? So you don't know what it means to be loyal and kind. I know that you're not blind. Tell me what is really on your mind. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. I see them pulling your strings, and you might be seeing things. Yeah.
So these are the items that I'm just going to get rid of because they're tarnished. And again, I like costume jewelry, so you know that you're going to have to, like, you know, switch them out over time. I do want to keep this little like trinket little box. I can't remember where I got it from. Like, I think it's like something I got from my late grandmother. So I do want to hold on to that. I just have my Fitbit watch and then a couple of like pins or, you know, whatever in there. Now, as far as what's in here, I am obsessed. I do have some items that I actually never really wear, but they're from my late great aunt. So we went through like her jewelry, and there were some items that Riley found that she wanted to keep, and the same thing with me. So they're just going to be sentimental pieces, which of course we're not going to, you know, wear all the time. And that's going to be all of these like pins. But I do want to figure out how I can incorporate pins into like my wardrobe, whether that's putting them on a sweater or a jacket or like a button up. So I do want to keep these, and that's where you're going to see a lot of like these like chunkier like bracelets and necklaces. That's from my late great aunt. So again, I will be holding on to them regardless if I do not wear them for long periods of time, just because it has sentimental value. But I was able to fit everything in here. I think it looks really, really nice and seamless. I do have like a little bit of space, I think, in this drawer. No, in this drawer I do have a little bit of space here, but again, I'm not looking to fill every inch of it, but for the most part it's able to fit everything that I need. All of my like smaller earrings, and then all of the larger earrings that I do have are just going to be laid out here. I could fit some more on here, but again, I think for right now this works. As far as all of my like perfumes and stuff, what I'm going to do is look for that tray from Home Goods, and then I will display all of those there. I probably put it near the end because I don't want it to block the TV or anything. And as far as this, I was thinking about putting this in Riley's room. Now that she's getting older, she's really into like, you know, lip glosses and all of the things, and like all that stuff gets lost really quickly. So I think I'm going to put this in her room and then take all of this down and put it into the bathroom. And then the same thing with this like travel kit that I use. I always have it packed up because anytime I want to do like my makeup in the bathroom, I don't have to keep walking back and forth. I just have everything that I know I'm going to need in here, and then I also use it to travel. So for the most part, this will be taken off, this will be taken off, and then we're just going to have like, you know, all of my like post-shower routine stuff is going to be here, and then we'll have that tray with all of the perfumes and stuff like that, and we will have that and then see how that goes. But overall, I really like the look of everything. Now let me give you guys a close-up of this dresser. I am so obsessed. I love the color. I love the chocolatiness of it. I think it's just like so chic and nice and really just goes with the decor that I already have. Now, like I said, the one downside is this is as far as the drawer comes out. I don't even know who thought of this, but there's so much more space. Like you could see my hand. There's so much more space back there. So I do need to figure out how I can change the, I guess like the slide things on the side so I can pull it out more. But again, I don't know what to do with that, but overall, I just really love the look. But this is one of the updates that I have done off camera, but I just like it so much better than the old dresser I had. Okay, so here is a corner of the room just to give you guys a close-up view as to what we did. So what I did was I added that sticky type of crown molding. It's very flexible. I will have it linked down below for you guys. I got 2 different sizes. So we have the larger or the thicker one. So we have the thicker one, which is up at the top. And then I wanted to create little boxes. So I decided to, you know, get a smaller, like almost trim. I could have went with like wood, but then I had to go through the whole process of getting everything cut and sized and all that stuff. This flexible one that is like self-adhesive was fairly easy to use, and it still gives you that nice like look, right? And then up at the top is going to be the soft gray. I just wanted a neutral tone gray, and it is similar. I feel like on camera it is still similar to the color that I had before, but like in person you can tell the difference. I just wanted something really, really neutral. I didn't want it to be too warm. I didn't necessarily want it to be too cool tone. But I think this was like the perfect fit specifically for this room. A room gets really great lighting, and I just think it looks really, really pretty. And then so this is an overview as to like what, you know, my room looks like. So neutral tone bedding and everything like that, which of course I do want to switch out the white. I'm thinking maybe do like maybe a brown or something like that. But overall, I absolutely am obsessed with the way everything turned out. All right, so I just got back from Home Goods. I would say it was a successful trip, but then not a successful trip at the same time. You guys know how it is. Like I was looking for specific items that I just could not seem to find. And I'm probably gonna have to just check another Home Goods, but I did not have the time to do that today. But one of the main things that I was looking for, I did find. So we're gonna do like a very, very, very quick haul. I did even end up picking up some items that I didn't necessarily, I was looking for them because I was looking for some books, but I digress. So I went to a Home Goods and Marshalls, and they ended up catching me on the Marshalls side where I picked up a couple of like, this like adorable like sweater, and then also some like body cream. I'm obsessed with the Soroa. I don't know if I'm saying this brand. Obsessed with it. I have it in a different one currently, but I also wanted to try the Manuka honey and vitamin C. So I ended up picking this up even though it wasn't on my list and has nothing to absolutely do with home updates. However, I did just need to share with you guys. But one of the things that I was really looking for is this type of tray. Now, the one that I initially had in my head was like a pink tone, which I thought was really, really pretty, but they did not have it. So I ended up almost like settling on something else, but then I went back to the aisles and I ended up finding this. They also had a 3-tier one as well. So depending on what you're looking to store, you might need the 3-tier, but I think that the 2-tier is just perfect for me. So we're gonna style that together later on after this portion of it. However, one of the hardest things that I have found when it comes to, you know, home decor shopping and styling and all of the things is that like, people don't really realize how long it could take to really get the look that you want to go for. But if you find yourself just wanting to buy something because you want to style that room or your home in a specific way now, I highly recommend that you just take your time, because you end up spending more money just buying something on a whim, even though that's not exactly what it is that you're looking for. And you just end up like wasting money. You'll buy something, then you'll end up like giving it away or throwing it away or whatever it is, and then now having to buy something else when you do finally find exactly what it is that you're looking for. So just take your time. Like, I was hoping that I was going to have like a super successful trip, but you know, that's not always the case. So, and the reason I also say that's not the case is because I ended up purchasing this beautiful shower curtain that I have had for a little while now, but now I just want to change out the bath mat. Right now we have a blue one, and blue is nowhere to be seen here. So I was thinking maybe pulling out like the pink from the flower, or maybe even like a nice, like, you know, toned down yellow. I thought that might be nice. I was hoping to find something in there and could not find anything. And I've been to a couple of Home Goods by now because I've had this for so long. So again, we're just going to continue to be on the hunt. I could have picked something else, but I'm looking for something specific. So it's just gonna have to wait. But I found 2 finds there. So I found this Karl Lagerfeld book. I thought this was really, really nice. I like the neutral tone of it. I want to style with books in my room as well. And then I decided to pick this like printed one. It has nothing, I don't even necessarily care for what's inside. I was just more of looking for a print, giving some type of tone that I think will match like the aesthetic of my room. And honestly, even if it doesn't, I have switched books around. And honestly, I'm looking at one right now that I think I'm going to end up putting in my room and then just keeping this one in the living room. But I don't know, I'm really just enjoying styling with books and all of the things. So that is basically everything that I picked up. They just did not have anything. They have a whole bunch of like Halloween stuff, which I'm not interested right now, right? And a whole bunch of like just like fall decor and all of that kind of stuff. But we're gonna take at least the tray and the books to my bedroom, style that. And the good thing is I will be able to style all of my perfumes and also like my like skincare stuff too, because right now they're just like in 2 different places, which is going to just help me consolidate everything and really just give it that nice clean aesthetic as to what I'm going for.
The minute that I saw you, I was gone. Ringing from my head into my bones. Baby, got me feeling like a toast. Diamond shiny, should've brought less clothes. I got a heavy one last time, take it off my mind. One last night for a last goodbye. I got a heavy one last time, one last night, one last night for a last goodbye. Man, I feel so damn weak when you text me. You got needs, only I can satisfy. And
All right, so that is it for today's video and all of the home updates that I have been working on. It takes some time just trying to get the look and the aesthetic that you are going for. But again, I want to reiterate, just take your time because it's worth the wait, right? Instead of just buying things that you think that you want right now when that's not truly what you had envisioned for yourself. And I know it's probably going to take time looking over the internet for like websites or going to different stores. But when you find exactly what it is that you're looking for, it makes it all worth it. So yeah, these are just the updates that I have been doing. Of course, there are more that I have in mind, but again, I just haven't found the specific pieces that I want. But as I do find them, I will definitely make sure to incorporate those into my video. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys right back here in my next video. Bye.
I've been waiting all my life for something. I've been down the darkest roads and up